On a perfect weather, but otherwise miserable Monday in Northeast Ohio. Happy 21st birthday to my niece, Ava Lasardo. Happy birthday, 21. I'm sure she's going to have a fun day. But the rest of us are all going to be miserable because the Cleveland Brownsed again, Dustin. I got plenty to say, but I want to hear from you first. This idiotic decision by the Cleveland Browns. At least that's how I see it. What do you see as the decision after what happened Saturday, both on the field and off the field? The Browns named Deshaun Watson the starter for their Week 1 game.
I mean, I'm surprised. I'm not surprised that he's the starting quarterback, because I thought he'd be the starting quarterback all along. I thought he was going to be the starting quarterback when they announced that the starters were not going to play much against the Bills because of the practice, the inter-squad practice. I'm surprised he's a starting quarterback today because of what he did on Saturday after the game.
And by the way, in the game, he was terrible.
In the game, his performance was not great.
Yeah,
but his performance in the game, I don't think lost him the starting quarterback job. I think it certainly, we could question it, and you could say he didn't play well.
Yeah,
but that to me is not why he shouldn't be the starting quarterback. He shouldn't be the starting quarterback because the guy's clueless. I mean, the guy has absolutely zero awareness of anything. And it's just such a red flag to me that the guy is so clueless and so lacking in awareness that you can't trust him. You can't put a guy that's that careless with his comments and his thoughts after a game. It's just, I hate to be like the OIC because it's always OIC, but it's just really disappointing. And honestly, man, it's pretty crazy. I was watching some of the national shows here in the last couple of hours, and First Take was just destroying the Browns. Mm-hmm. For this. Orlovsky, who's obviously he's got takes. Kevin Jones was on there, and he was crushing the Browns. It's I've got these takes, and we've been through it, and we go through it all the time, being here in Northeast Ohio, we see it. But when the national folks are starting to see it, it's just, man, what are the Browns tone deaf?
100%. And maybe they just don't think any of that matters. Who cares, right? Who cares if the fan base despises the quarterback? Who cares if the quarterback despises the fan base? They don't care about any of that.
One of our great guests we used to have on the show all the time, Sean Salisbury. He had one of the great one-liners. You remember what it was, right?
Refresh my memory. I'm drawing a blank. I'm sure I'll remember when you say it, but I can't think of it right now.
Don't spit in my face and tell me it's raining.
Oh, yeah.
Or pee in my face and tell me it's raining.
Right,
Same difference, right? I mean, we're not idiots. You just act. The fan base just around here just gets treating like garbage.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Was it right that fans booed him when he was hurt? No. It was a mistake.
Of course not. But that's what happens when drunk idiots do stuff. You got people that are not in the right frame of mind. They're not thinking about you as a human being.
Yeah.
They're at a football game, and they're just – we've all been there.
And worse things – and worse – players have been treated worse than that. Okay?
Dude.
And the truth is that most of the fans hate him, not because of the off-field stuff, if we're totally honest about it. It's because he's been absolute garbage on the field. Like it or not, we know the truth. The truth is most fans would have gotten over the off-the-field stuff if he had played well.
No doubt.
But the reason the fan base hates him is because he's an embarrassment to begin with. There's a variety of reasons. It led to trading Baker Mayfield, which obviously at the time, a number of us, myself included, were totally on board, but it turned out to be a disaster. He has played like garbage. He has seemed so aloof about everything. And by the way, it wasn't like the whole stadium was booing him. And he's done so much shit off the field, including tearing his Achilles a second time within a couple of months of injury because he was being careless. And by the way, people say, how do you know he's careless? I tore my Achilles. Obviously, I'm not a professional athlete. Obviously, he's in much better shape than I am. But here's one thing I know that is universal if you tear your Achilles. You don't take the boot off and walk around before the doctors tell you to. And he was doing that because we saw video of it soon after he had the surgery. So he was clearly being careless, and that led to a second tearing of the Achilles. This guy has been an absolute bum on the field. He seems to be a bum off the field.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's going to get booed. And it still wasn't the whole crowd. And the fact that, and listen, you and I both take mental health seriously. Some
100%.
people joke about it. I don't joke about addiction and mental health. I get it. But if you're so sensitive that 2 years later, you're losing your mind still about the fans booing you to the point where you can't even control it, when even if you feel that way, fine, but keep it to yourself to not make it worse. And he made it worse, not only with the fans, but he made it worse. Part of the reason he makes his coach look so bad today is because of what he said. Most of us, myself included, did not want him to be a starter, but we all knew it was trending that way. Then in the second preseason game, for what it's worth, and I don't want to go over the top, but Shedeur Sanders played pretty well, and Deshaun Watson was terrible. So it would have already been a hard sell to announce Watson as the starter today. But then the comments he makes after the game are idiotic times a million, and that put his coach in a terrible spot. Now, I said on Twitter, I've said continuously that Shedeur Sanders should start, but I also said, Dustin, which of course got everybody angry, another group of people that got angry at me, when I said, man, how awful must Shedeur Sanders be, or at least how awful do the Browns think he is, in the classroom, in the huddle, all these other areas, Dustin, that they can't even start him, even after how bad Watson was in the game and how idiotic he was in the press conference. They have so little faith. Now, the Shedorians probably all think this is a conspiracy theory, that Jimmy Haslam forced Todd Monken to start him. I don't believe any of that. I mean, Jimmy Haslam's a buffoon, but I don't believe Jimmy Haslam forced him to start. Why? A number of people say he's getting paid $40 million. What? That's not what. If Shedeur Sanders had played great last year, he would have 100% started week one. If he had proved himself as a starting quarterback, that would have been almost impossible to do. But if he had done it, he'd be playing. I don't think Deshaun Watson is playing because of the money. I really can't understand a good reason. For whatever reason, the only thing that makes sense is that Todd Monken thinks he gives him the best chance to win. It may make no sense to me or you or any of the fans out there, but it shows to me that they think little of the other guys, and none of them are good options. But all that being said, Watson is the worst option. I'd rather any of the other three quarterbacks, even though Taylor Green obviously is not prepared to play in the NFL. I'd still rather him be the starter than Deshaun Watson. This is a disgrace. It's a slap in the face to the fans who they're trying to get these crazy seat license deals in the new stadium, which is a disgrace and should be illegal. But that's another story for another day. This is a despicable decision by the Browns and by Todd Monken. And as Jay pointed out in UCSS today, I wasn't on, but I went on with them for a few minutes. He made a good point. Now, Todd Monken, as a first-year coach, is already on the hot seat, I think, with this decision. Because fans will be booing him at the first home game.
I mean,
too.
Listen, it certainly hasn't put him in a good spot with the fans, and
right,
like you're coming in, like you need all the favor you can garner, from this fan base. There's no doubt about that. I think the Browns. This is what I think. My opinion is they always feel like they're the smartest guys in the room, and they know that the Browns open on the road 2 games, and they think that they can get away with this, and they can just slide under the radar, and that if he plays halfway decent when they come back for week 3, that they're going to be able to withstand the boos, that the boos won't be as loud.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too: if he doesn't play well for the first couple of games, then they could just go back to Shedeur for week 3. But I don't know. To me, this whole thing, Deshaun shouldn't even be on the team.
No, they should.
When we said he'll never play another snap for the Browns again, that was pretty accurate, and he shouldn't ever take another snap again for the Browns. But he's going to, and he's going to start week 1, and it's going to be bad, and it's going to be bad in week 2. It's going to be bad Thursday night when they boo him against the New England Patriots.
Oh yeah, well he probably well they'll boo the team, but is he going to play? I haven't heard.
Well, I guess you think he would need to play based on what we saw last week.
That's a good point.
Like
that's a good point.
It also is a smack in the face to the fans by saying, yeah, it's all good, man. He played in week 1, didn't throw a pass past 10 yards. He may have thrown past 10 yards. I forget, but here's the point. Didn't play well in week 2 of the preseason, and then you're going to just let him rest before week 1? Okay.
Crazy. Brown. So here's Todd Monken is speaking now. Here's some comments that I've seen. Todd Monken says naming Deshaun Watson the starter is not a week-to-week thing. He is the starter. Also said Deshaun gives us the best chance to move the ball and score points. That's really what it's about. Says he doesn't want to anticipate. He doesn't anticipate this being a week-to-week thing, but that Watson, like any player, will have to keep proving himself. Oh, my God. Why is this organization so stupid?
They really just can't, ever read the room.
No.
And just, have a sense of common sense.
The team put out a tweet. Deshaun Watson's been named the starter. Oh, my God. They're so dumb. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It really is. Let's see what some of the fans have to say here. Our guy Z says, what an absolute embarrassment of an organization. Slap in the face of the fans. Might as well cheer for the fucking Steelers. Now, you can't cheer for the Steelers. If you're a diehard Browns, if you're a real fan, you don't change your fan base. You can't do it. There's heart and emotion involved as much as you may want to. Toe Melky, Cleveland Clowns back at it. Aaron Bender, Browns can't even do the most obvious decision. Watson's a complete loser, and so are the Browns. Moto Bike Life, Ohio, what a joke. Jalen Hall, this is par for the course. Erlinger Veritas, I thought Sanders was a lock to start week 3. After this, who knows what will happen. Chris Schmidt Bauer, if we could have an English Premier League type of fan revolt when they face ownership, would they force ownership to sell? I don't know what that.
The funny thing about this dude is they're also telling us that he gives them the best chance to win or move the ball, as they say. And honestly, I feel like Shedeur's at least been 50-50 with Watson. He hasn't been outplayed.
No. And Shedeur overall in the 2 preseason games
has played
better. Now, again, I don't want to go too much into it, but in week 1, it was close. They both were. Shedeur played pretty well in the 2nd preseason game. But it's just crazy. But they must think he stinks. I don't understand what else they could be thinking. Let's see. James Mace. Deshaun said that fan base, so he has clearly detached himself. It's F us and F you. Yeah, that's right. Mr. Chairman of the board, too bad the fans of the Browns can't overthrow the ownership of Jimmy and Dee Haslam and son-in-law. Lil Man says Shedeur is mid, and he played second stringers. I agree that Shedeur is mid, but that's better than what Deshaun Watson is.
Oh, my God.
It's Logan 969. Bull, you're not leaving YouTube like UCSS, right? I think it's the wrong move. First of all, it obviously got announced today that UCSS is leaving YouTube. Starting September the 8th, we will be on the WKYC app for 2 hours, and the second hour from 11 to 12, we were replacing the Kelly Clarkson show on Channel 3. So if you live in the Cleveland area, you can watch us on Channel 3 every day from 11 to 12. I understand some people want to watch on YouTube. I get it, but this is a no-brainer, great move for us at UCSS. It allows us to get real sponsorships. We've got 2 big sponsors already. A lot of others want to come in. We needed to get on traditional TV to make enough money to make the show continue to be viable. I understand it's disappointing for some. I get it. My podcast our podcast will remain on YouTube, though.
Yep.
So that we will be here, but we had to make the move at UCSS. It was really not an option, because if we didn't, unfortunately, the show might have ceased to exist.
I mean, the
some point.
show has a great audience. It's done
Yeah.
well, but at some point, the rubber's got to meet the road,
Yes.
and we got to pay bills.
The show had to make more money, and because YouTube takes such a huge cut of ad revenue, we're just not able to make enough money on YouTube to pay for the quality of the show. So that's why it had to be.
Yeah, the show's great. The show's going to continue. You'll just consume it a different way.
Yeah.
And you'll figure it out. Come on.
Project Diesel says, no, Bull, I love Shedeur. It's not a conspiracy. Browns are just dumb. Yes, that's fine. You may be right. And so maybe they think he stinks and maybe he doesn't stink. I don't trust their evaluation. Let's see. Project Diesel, been a Browns fan my whole life. I'm done till 4 is gone, not even watching on TV. I maybe you will, but I don't believe that. Chillaxin. Here's the one Deshaun supporter. Let's go D4. Let's go Browns. Pronlico says, how the hell can any coach watch Watson and thinks he gives you anything? At least Sanders is young and not a complete jerk. Yes. Patrick, 4269. Great move for you guys, not the fans. I hear you, Patrick, but if we stayed on YouTube only, eventually we'd be off the air. So if you like our show, it was the only option.
Yeah. It's okay.
Our Cup says the same thing. I don't know what you guys want us to do. Do you want us to lose our job and go off the air? That was the option.
It's either we're on the air this way or the show ceases to exist.
Yeah.
Period. So there you go. If you like the show, you'll figure out a way to watch us.
Well, you will be able to watch clips of the show later after the show on YouTube. So if that really is your only way to watch it, there'll be a way. We wish we could stay on YouTube. It's just not an option, man. Sorry. That's it. This is the best way for the show to continue forward.
All right.
We have no chance. So there we go. We'll leave it there. The Browns remain clueless. They have a clueless owner. They have a GM that I want to give credit to because I think he's done a much better job the last 2 years. But the fact that after all this time as Browns GM has this quarterback situation is on him to some degree. The coach making an idiotic decision today to announce Deshaun Watson the starter. There is nothing that Todd Monken can say in this press conference that makes me believe Deshaun Watson should be the starter. And for those of you killing me on Twitter now because I had the nerve to say the Browns don't think that Shedeur's any good, I don't know what you want me to do. Why is that my fault? Blame the Browns. They don't think he's good. I know you can't see the forest through the trees. Half of you are only Shedeur fans, not Browns fans. Rip me all you want. Call me all the insulting names. It doesn't affect me anymore. So do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. The Browns have made this decision. They are a clueless organization. They are the worst-run organization. They have the second worst winning percentage in all of professional sports since Jimmy Haslam took over. I'll never forget you and I doing a show from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We'd only been on the air about a year, roughly, and we met Jimmy Haslam for 5 minutes. Andy Roth went running over to him to try to get us to interview him for like 2 minutes. He gave us 2 minutes. We were actually excited, Dustin. Do you remember that?
Yes.
We thought Jimmy Haslam was going to be good.
It was the day of March Madness. I was driving to Pittsburgh because I was going to the Buckeyes game.
Yeah.
In March Madness, and you were on the air. It's one of your last days on the show.
No, not when they got Watson. I'm saying when Jimmy Haslam.
I'm sorry.
When we were at the Pro Football Hall of Fame and Jimmy Haslam was getting and Andy Roth ran over to him, remember, to get an interview with him.
That's right.
And we were happy. We were happy about Deshaun Watson, but we were happy and optimistic that Jimmy Haslam was going to turn the franchise around because obviously they'd been languishing under the previous owner. Who knew it would get even worse? Much worse. It's complete and utter buffoonery from this organization. There's no excuse to be in a situation where you could even think that Deshaun Watson, 6 years from the last time he played at any kind of quality level,
he hasn't even played. Like he's done nothing since he's been here.
No.
Like if the Browns felt like Deshaun is the best option that we have based off of what they've seen, like go trade for a veteran.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? Like it's If you truly think that Shedeur has no upside and can't play and can't beat out this guy, It's just sad. It's sad.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
maybe. Nah, they're not that smart.
No.
No. You know what I was going to say? Is like, maybe they just think that Watson stinks and that they really want to get the number 1 pick.
I guess that could be it.
You know?
I'm looking at Deshaun's game log as a member of the Browns. How many games did Deshaun Watson, take a guess, so he's played 19 games for the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
In those 19 games, how many times did he complete 65% of his passes, throw 2 touchdowns, and throw for 225 yards? That's not a crazy high bar. 65%, over 225, at least 2 touchdowns and no turnovers. That's just good game. How many times did he do that in the same game? I don't actually know off the top of my head. I'm going to look it up right now. At least 225 passing, 2 or more touchdowns, no interceptions, and 65% or better passing.
How many times?
How many times? Take a guess. How many times he did that as
2.
a Brown?
You're going to say none.
He did it 1 time.
Okay.
He did it against the Tennessee Titans in a 27-3 Browns win on September 24th, 2023. 1 month from today will be the 3-year anniversary of that game. In that game, he was 27 of 33, 289 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. It's a great game. Besides that, I mean, he's done nothing. In the other games, he had a game against Washington where he had 3 touchdowns and no picks, but he was 9 of 18. He had a game against Arizona. He had 2 touchdowns, no picks, completed 63% of his passes, 219 yards. That was close. That was a pretty good game. They won 27-0. He had a game against the Giants. They lost 21-15. He had 2 touchdowns, no picks, but threw for 196 yards and only completed 56% of his passes. So even if I stretch the numbers a little, I can only find 2 more games where he was close. That's it. Every other game he had turnovers or 1 or less touchdowns or 150 or less yards. I mean, it's just crazy. This guy was absolutely terrible.
He's not the victim here.
No.
Like, you robbed an organization.
Yeah.
And you have the audacity and the nerve.
Yeah.
The gall.
Yeah.
To attack the fans?
I mean, it's just crazy.
It's
crazy.
I mean, it's personal?
Yeah.
As you put your diamond earring in your ear?
Well, the Browns have put themselves in this
What a tough life, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Tough life. People don't like you.
All right. The only good news of the weekend, great weekend for the Guardians. They played the awful Rockies, and they swept the series, outscoring the Rockies 20-6. So good pitching over the weekend, good hitting over the weekend. And the Guardians are tied for the final wild card spot as of now. They are 3.5 games behind the White Sox, 4 in the loss column for the American League Central. They're 1 game under 500 now, so if they can beat the Angels tonight, they start another series against another terrible team, the Angels. I said they needed to win at least 9 games out of 12 against the awful Giants, Rockies, Angels, and Royals. They're halfway through those 12 games, and they've won 5 of 6 so far. So go win 5 of 6 now against the Angels and Royals. You do that, you're 3 games over 500. You're probably only a game or 2 back. Guardians have the second easiest strength of schedule the rest of the season. And so I still think they got a chance to win the division and potentially be the 2 seed. The Astros are in first place the Astros and Rangers are tied for first place in the West. They're under 500. They have the same. The Guardians are tied with the Astros and Rangers, if you can believe this.
That's pretty crazy, man.
For the 5th best record in the American League. But the top 3 records are all in the East with Tampa, the Yankees, and Boston. The rest of the league stinks. The White Sox are the only other team over 500 at 68 and 62. But it's all there for the Guardians. So
no doubt.
Keep getting it done. You tied with the Rangers for the Rangers and Astros. One of them's the division champ. One of them's the wild card. The Guardians have played 131 games. They have 31 games left. The only teams they have left over 500 is the White Sox and Boston. That's it.
That's it.
And they have 3 games with the White Sox, September 14th, 15th, and 16th in Cleveland, and 3 games at Boston, September 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Every other team they play the rest of the season is under 500. You know what? I got to check the Blue Jays real quick. Yeah, the Blue Jays are under 500 too. So you're only playing 6 games against teams that are any good. Everybody else is mediocre or terrible. There's no reason the Guardians shouldn't be able to win 20 of their final 33, which would put them 6 games over 500, which will definitely get them in the playoffs, and it would be a decent chance of winning the division. So get it done. Parker Messick, who's been their best, will go tonight, 9:38 Eastern Time. Gavin Williams tomorrow. Joey Cantillo. Guardians have a big pitching advantage in all 3 of those games. And so there's no excuse. They have to win at least 2 or 3. They really should sweep the Angels like they did the Rockies. They've only, in the last 6 games, the Guardians are 5-1. They've scored 33 runs, and that's what being shut out that 1 game against the Giants, but 33 runs in 6 games. That's over 5 a game. They score over 5 a game, they're going to win almost every time. They've only allowed 9 runs in their last 6 games. So the pitching's been great. The hitting's been great, except for that 1-0 loss against the Giants. Let's get it done. That's it. Nothing else to say about the Cavs right now. We talked about the trade last week. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Thanks to Alex and Levi for producing. I may have a podcast tomorrow. I'll let you know about it. Dustin and I'll be back on Wednesday live at our regular time at 2 o'clock. Zach Jackson will be with me on Thursday. And Sean King, I'll just say, will be on with me either tomorrow or Friday. We'll let you know. But during the football season, he'll be on with me every other Friday. Until then, we'll speak to you next time. Where else but right here in the bullpen with Bull and Fox, brought to you by Bet Rivers. Love you all. See you later.
See ya.
Bye.